Live from Gahanna, WGLH-TV presents Lincoln Live with Britton Alexander and Mia Sammons.
One step closer. The boys basketball team continues their tournament run. We have the highlights.
The cast is set. We will unveil the cast list for our spring musical.
And making art more accessible to all. How one student is spreading appreciation.
You're watching Lincoln Live.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Britton Alexander.
And I'm Mia Sammons. Brett, aren't you so excited we finally get to anchor together?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Anyways, let's get right into the news.
The boys basketball team is on their way back to the regional semifinals. On Saturday, the Lions took on St. Charles in the district championship.
The Lions battled with St. Charles to start, but by the end of the first half, they were up 32-19.
The final score was 66-39, and the leading scorers for the Lions were Sean Jones with 29, who was an amazing 11 for 14 from the field, and Javen Simmons with 18 points.
Congrats, guys. We caught up with Sean and Javen after the game to see how they felt after the big win.
It feels good. You know, it was a team effort. We did what we did. We're going to continue to just prepare for the next challenge. We're going to keep working and we're going to keep striving. We're going to celebrate the day, but tomorrow we're right back in the gym. It feels good, but we want more. For real, that's it. It's a good feeling, but we're striving for way more than just a district championship. But it's a good feeling.
Thanks, guys. The Lions will now face undefeated Westerville South in the regional semis. The game is Wednesday night at 8 at Ohio Dominican. The Wildcats finished third in the final Division I AP poll, one spot ahead of Lincoln, who is ranked 4th heading into the tournament. So, let's pack the gym Wednesday night.
Unlike boys basketball, the wrestling team is now finished. 4 Lions participated at districts on Friday and Saturday, but nobody will advance to states. CJ Ally ended the season 26-18. Javon Lewis ended with 43-10. Jaden Lewis with 15-14, and Griffin Flushy with 23-8. Great job on the season, guys.
There's one athlete making headlines this week at Gahanna. The hockey team's senior captain, Nick Horrig, was picked for the Ohio High School Hockey statewide senior all-star game. Our Josh Knuckles caught up with him to hear his thoughts on the accomplishment.
I'm super excited and grateful to have the opportunity to play with some of the best seniors and best teams in the state. I'd like to thank all my coaches, Coach Kevin, Alex, and Will, and my team, especially Deke Travers, the goalie. He's put a lot of work in this year, and he's helped me get to this point.
Thanks, Nick. Hey, Britt, do we have someone else joining us in the studio today?
Yes, we do. It's our fellow member of What's Up Sebas, Caroline Maddox. How's it going, Caroline?
It's going good. How are you guys?
Good. What amazing news do you have for us today?
Some amazing news I have is that today is the first day of rehearsal for the school musical Legally Blonde. Students auditioned a few weeks earlier, and the casting directors have been working hard on the cast list since then. They have had some tough decisions to make, but the list was finally posted last night. Here's this year's cast of Legally Blonde. Congrats to everyone who made the show. Despite not having the sun, the gardening club is still working hard in their gardens. They do lots of different things to prepare and get their gardens looking good. They meet in the ceramics room and prepare after school. Here's Mr. Dornbreyer to tell us more.
Well, so during winter, because it's obviously too cold and we can't work out in the courtyards or with the ground because it's frozen, we actually spend our time in class making artwork for the courtyards. So like things that we're making during this time will eventually end up outside once it's finished. So currently, we are making some ceramic mushrooms to put in the courtyards. I don't know if you can see that. So it kind of just like starts out with a paper kind of skeleton, and then eventually you build around it to create the ceramic shape, which will become a mushroom in the end. So that's an example of things that we're doing during the winter months. We're making artwork for the courtyards to make it more of an inviting area.
Thanks. Now back to my favorite cheerleaders at the news desk.
Thanks, Caroline.
Our ESS students are getting creative.
That's right. Our very own DeAndre Person took a special look into Madison Shook's senior capstone project.
Her project focused on making art more accessible to people with different disabilities.
Here's DeAndre Person with more information.
The ESS class is getting creative. Through Madison Shook's capstone project, she's helping the students engage with the arts. But what made her think about this idea?
I grew up with a brother. His name's Connor. He's in the ESS program here. He has a variety of different developmental disabilities. And so, living with that, I got to really see how the lack of accessibility all around, locally, on a state level, on a national level, how these levels really impact Connor and what he's able to do. So, I thought about too what his interests are, and one of those is art. And so I thought about kind of combining those two aspects of accessibility and art. And I was thinking about, how we can really make art more accessible to people with developmental disabilities.
So she got to work organizing an art day for the ESS kids, where they could paint, work with clay, and sew, to astounding results.
I like art. I like working with clay.
So I did this to help out Madison with her DECA project, and I really enjoyed meeting new people and doing all the arts and crafts, and I really felt like I learned a lot about the ESS program, and I just love making new friends.
But their artistic journey doesn't just end in the classroom. They're looking at the example of great artists that came before them.
She worked with the Columbus Museum of Art to create a scavenger hunt that spanned the entire museum, so the students got to see many different types of art styles.
It all boils down to representation. It boils down to how you see yourself in art, and art is a lifestyle. So if you don't see yourself in that, and you don't see things that relate to you in that, then it's less likely to have an impact on you, and you yourself believe that you can have less of an impact on the world and the people around you, which is simply not true. Last note, make sure to check out my resource guide, which is going to be posted on Google Classroom within the next couple days. This resource guide essentially details local businesses and organizations involved in the arts that have specific accommodation and accessibility for those with disabilities and their families.
Madison was able to provide the ESS class with a unique experience, and her hard work serves as a reminder that we should be the difference we want to see in the world. This is DeAndre Person for Lincoln Live.
Thanks, DeAndre. Well, Lincoln, that's all we have for today.
Hope you enjoyed and tune in for tomorrow.
Bye!
Live from Gahanna, WGLH-TV presents Lincoln Live.